guys, welcome back to our third episode.
Frazzled
Um,
presence. When you're starting. Sorry, Petra. I always have to say that
my
name.
God.
I just have to say the name. I just have to say the name, Petra. Frazzled presence. Frazzled presence.
And I'm Petra, and I'm here with my co-host Edwards. How are you doing today?
Oh, well, asking me that question. I'm doing good. It's a Monday, or I like a Monday. It's everything in Latvia is melting, so and it's quite a bit. It's warm. It's plus degrees, so I can have the window open. So that's good. But throwing it
Wow.
back to you, Petra.
Yeah,
What
finally the
movie?
sun is shining after so many weeks of darkness. So, yes, it's
That wasn't my
amazing. Actually, I
question.
just came back from a walk
Oh, where were you
and
walking? Just like around block, just looking at trees,
yeah,
at the birds.
around the block because it's just so nice with the light and sunshine and all.
Did you
So
grab your
amazing.
binoculars as well, Petra?
The what?
Binoculars to see like inside, like, oh my God, catch a sun, like to see the sun, to see the birds with your binoculars.
No, I can see the birds without them
Oh well,
in my
Petra, you should grab
sunglasses.
your
Mm,
sunglasses. You should really try
yeah.
once with the binoculars. It gives you the whole energy. Like you go walk, you can see them so up close. You can also look at like other people in other people's windows. It's really amazing, Petra.
That you can do in Denmark without that because no one has curtains, so you can just
Oh,
do that. But I'm
well
not a
then.
creep, so
Oh, well then next step is maybe opening the door, but you just like open it, go on your walk, just open the random doors, you know? You never know. Maybe one door will be open. You never
yeah.
know.
Maybe I should try my key like they do with my door. So,
Yeah, you should. You should just
well,
like one time being like, hello. You just walk into a different apartment being like, hello, this is my apartment actually right now. From this day on, this is my apartment, you're in my room, and your roommate. We should just be like something like that.
I mean, that's a good way to save money because then there is no rent.
Yeah, you just go into different apartments just randomly. You never say to
Yeah.
yourself, never. They just like maybe because Danes are so I don't know what the Danes are, and you'd be like Danes maybe like in that one movie. What was it? The movie called? You know about the Dutch people, Dutch couple and Danish couple?
Yes. I think it was Speak No Evil.
Yeah, that
I'm not
one.
sure.
And it was like,
Yeah.
they were really taking it. The Dutch people were the Dutch couple was really taking advantage of the Danish couple or something like that,
Yeah.
wasn't it? So you would be
It
like,
was a crazy movie, honestly. Like, especially the ending. I don't want to spoil anything, but you guys should watch it because, wow.
wow, correct.
Yeah.
Wow is correct, Petra. But like,
It's just my
we don't have.
review is just wow.
Wow, just wow. But you have to
Shocking.
remember, Petra, people are only listening to the first 10 seconds, so we can say anything at this point. If we have fun.
I don't think they are even listening. They have even listened to the first and second, and hopefully
Yeah,
they didn't because the audio was so bad. So I really hope that it's now fixed. So don't go back if you didn't listen.
if
Just
just don't go
listen to this
back.
one.
Never go back. Never go back. Just go
Yes,
further. Go onwards. But
always ahead.
yeah, my question was to you. That I want to ask you, not how you're doing, but I want to ask you, what is your
Thank
movie
God.
that you have watched? What is the last movie that you have watched?
Actually, The Housemaid because I watched it during the weekend.
Oh my God, how was it, Petra?
I really liked it, but also because to be honest, I read the book like I think more than 2 years ago
Okay.
and I didn't remember the ending.
By the way, this is your favorite book of all time, Petra. You're just like, this is my favorite book, but I don't remember anything that happened to it.
No, I remember the main story. I remember the plot twist in the beginning
Mm-hmm.
and some key parts of it. But when I was watching the movie at the end, I was like, oh, yeah, right. That was also in the book. And actually, I didn't remember that was in it, or I didn't even remember the ending of the whole story. So, but I think for the people who didn't read the book and watched the movie first, I think it's really
Mm-hmm.
good. Like, because maybe the first plot twist you really can predict. I
What was the
think a
first
lot of
plot?
people predict. Well, I don't want to spoiler in this,
Oh, okay.
but
Me
that
being
the
like, there was a plot twist? There's a more multiple plot twists? By the way, I've
yeah
seen the
the first
movie.
one when that it turned out that it's not the woman who is crazy.
Oh, right, right. Me being like,
That
I
I
already
think
knew
a lot
that.
of people can predict,
That was
but
a
then
that's a
after
plot
what
twist.
happens, then probably not.
Me being like, that wasn't a plot twist. Yeah, I've also seen that movie. Like, I did enjoy it. I think the first hour for me was really lagging. Like, it was really slow, in my opinion.
I don't think so. I think it went
Really?
quite well.
Me
Yeah.
being like, I hated the first hour. Like, the second hour was really good. It was really fun in a wild time. The second hour was really good, but the first hour, snooze fest, in my opinion. I was like, Sydney Sweeney, no, no, sorry. Amanda Seyfried is where it's at.
But
The
I think Amanda was playing her role really well
Yeah,
during the whole thing.
she was like, Sydney Sweeney could never hold a candle to her, I think. So that's like was a bit sad. But I'm waiting for the sequel now. Are you? Because there are like three novels.
Yeah, but do they make a movie from
They are
all of them?
planning, I think they're planning to like make a second movie at least because it made a ton of money. It is still making money. Like it's made a ton of money for the studio and like they are. I think Sydney Sweeney. I read it somewhere that she's already signed up for the sequel, and they're making a
Okay.
sequel, which you haven't read, by the way. Have or did you read the sequel as well?
No.
Okay, well, I've read the sequel. I think it's horrible, but you know what? I'll watch the movie.
Yeah,
But
well, I think it was good.
yeah, it was
Even
good. It
for
was a
the
fun
ones.
movie. It was a fun movie, right?
Yeah, I mean the story itself was really well adapted to the
Yeah.
movie. I mean the book was they focused on a lot of different details, so that was good.
Yeah, that was nice in my opinion. Well, for me, a movie that I've seen in last was Zootopia 2. Yes, people. Yes, Petra. I think Zootopia 2 was really a really fun movie. Plus, I did it for the Chinese people. You know, Chinese people love Zootopia. The
Why?
Asians. I don't know because like the Year of Snake, the movie when it was released, it was like 2025, and that was like Year of the Snake, and like the movie was centered around snakes and all the reptiles.
Okay.
So like that,
Wow, I didn't know that. But I also want to watch it because I saw the first one and that was really good.
you were in kindergarten, Petra, or like
Yeah.
in kindergarten, or when was it released
Sorry, I'm the
actually?
older one here, so I don't want to
Yeah,
comment on that.
when was Zootopia released actually?
Mm,
Zootopia,
yeah, but I don't know, but I think
2016, Petra, 10
yeah,
years
I
ago.
was in kindergarten. No.
You're already
um,
home. You're already like in a retirement home.
yeah, basically.
Yeah,
But it's the one where there is the slot in it, isn't it? The one
yeah.
that's really yeah, that's really funny part.
That's the only thing that you remember.
Yeah, basically.
That's the only thing that you can remember from the movie.
Well, I'm
Um,
really not good at remembering movies or books or anything. Like, I watch it and I'm like, oh, it was good. And then, I don't
no,
know, 1 month
no
later, I don't
analysis.
remember.
Could you write a review or like an essay about a movie where you'd be like,
Right
shoot me?
after watching it.
No, just like you have to, and then you have a week's of time to write an essay about a movie. Could
Yeah,
you
I
do
could
it?
do that. Yeah. Yeah.
Really? I couldn't. I think I don't have like for a book, yeah, I could. For a movie, I'd be like, I was bored. I was bored, or something like that. I liked it. I wouldn't have like really like. I think I would have to watch it at home if I had to write a review. I could not go to a cinema, then like write it.
Hmm.
But that's just me.
Well, speaking of
Speaking of what,
advice,
of the vice. Wow, such a great like segue. You know, you're so good
me
at.
leading the
Yeah,
topic.
you're such a good person at segues, you know, from somehow making about movies, you're just like, this is the right segue for advice columns. This is perfect, Vetra. You should
Yeah.
really start being like in TV shows when they're like, you know, they're like in talk shows, they're like a person who writes topics. There's a person who comes up with topics. You should be like
Is
the
there a
seg
job like that who
yeah.
is only responsible for writing topics?
Yeah, but like they have to be really good, Patrick. They have to fill out time. They have to be like really organic. But also, I think you have to have like ideas, like plural ideas
But
about
come on,
everything.
like today with the all the AI, it's the easiest job then to come up with any ideas.
Probably have to do also a bit more than just come up with story. Like you have to come up with like stories, also like interview questions, But also interview have to questions have to be good. Or I know that a lot of times I remember um was in the financial crisis, a lot of TV shows went through a stage when they were giving a financial advice versus like at some in 2010s it was like more like how to stay healthy or something like that. So you have to really know when to shift. You cannot be
Hmm.
like you have to feel the shift as well.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you need some background knowledge, but no, I don't think it's that hard to come up with ideas now with ChatGPT and
You
all.
say
So
that, Petra. You say that. Me
I'm
being
not
like
creative at all. That's true,
you being
but
like no creative, no creative. This is such an easy job.
mm, yeah. But anyways, so we promised in our previous episode that we are
Which nobody
gonna
listened
find
to.
some
Which nobody
yes,
listened to.
which no one listened to. But
Except 7 seconds,
anyways,
people in 7 seconds, people who listened for first 7 seconds and dropped out.
our 7 seconds gang. Yeah, thank you
Yeah,
so much for the likes as well. So in the previous episode, we promised that both of us will choose three advices that we found on random pages. Well, people who ask for advice. And then
advice
the other
columns,
one, what?
advice columns, like
Yes, like forums, Reddit,
yeah,
stuff like that. And then the other one will give an advice.
yeah.
So are you ready
I'm
for the
always
first one?
ready.
I chose three.
Okay,
And I don't know which one you want to start with. The one that is like more the crazier one,
do the crazier one.
the shocking one, or just
Yeah,
like a general one.
do the shocking one first.
Okay. So this person is a 16-year-old and a girl.
Okay,
The title was that she caught her mom cheating, but the way it happened is that the mom cheated on the dad with the tutor of the brother, so of the son.
okay.
So I'm gonna read the text. I found out this disturbing truth last night, and my brain hasn't been functioning since then. Last night I heard her open the front door. Thought I was being paranoid, and my gut told me otherwise. For context, I have been doubting her for a few months now. I had also made a post here a few months back where she explained about text messages that she found and all that. And supposedly it was her brother's tutor. So last night she went to her room and the door was locked. She heard noises from the mom's room, and that's it. Like she kind of wanted to deny it, like for herself, I mean, the daughter. And the dad is right now out of town. So that's why the mom, for the first time, invited this guy. And she's asking if what should she do? Like, should she confront her, or what to do?
Hmm.
What would you tell her?
What would I tell her is that I think she should confront her mom first.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's really difficult, especially in the situation that she is in. Wait, so like that doesn't know what's happening, right?
No, the dad doesn't know.
No, the son does also doesn't know as well.
He also doesn't know.
Oh, I think you have to confront your mom. The girl has to confront her mom, or she has to, I think, be a gossip and like say her brother, she has to, I think, talk to her brother first, being like, "Have you caught something? Like, have you seen it? How are you watching? What are you like? Are you seeing it as well, or something like
Mm-hmm.
that?" Like, if he's a tutor, he would see some signs. Son would see some signs, and like they would be able to maybe go to the mom and ask her what is going on.
Mm-hmm.
But if
Yeah,
that doesn't work,
I would say the same. But for example, what about um if it would happen in a case when someone doesn't have a sibling? So that would be the case that you saw this happening, you don't have anyone to talk with as like in the family about this,
hmm,
but you also don't want to break the marriage of your parents because they are the only ones there for you. Then what would you do?
well, it depends on how messy you want to be, but also how, like, you don't want to messy. It depends on how messy, I think. But
Mm-hmm.
in the end, like, all of the lies are simmering will at some point come out. And it depends on like
Yeah, I
how,
agree.
and then like if the father finds out that you knew this whole time the secret, he that will be a double cross, which I think the family will never be able to go back together. At least with this one, like if you separate the dad and mom, it's easier. I think it would be a lot easier for them as people to go and move on because
Yeah, a lot of people actually wrote that she should tell her dad. I agree with you that it should be first with the mom and then
yeah, because you have to know like what is happening. If you
yeah.
go to the dad first, I think it could be a lot of anger in this situation would be happening. Because if the mom goes first and like admits to her husband that is what is happening, I think it would be easier. It would be easier to understand the situation for them, and she wouldn't be directly involved because she also could be
Yeah.
blamed as well for like the father would be blame her because she would think that oh she knew for a long time. That also could
Hmm.
be an issue.
I think it's a shitty situation in every
But
sense
yeah,
because
a situation you
yeah,
can never survive. I think nobody's going to escape. Like if you lie, it's really bad if you lie, but if you keep it
and
like hidden, it's
it
even
is
worse.
shameful for the mom as well, but also I don't know how the dad should react in this situation. Between the relationship between the kids and the mom is also kind of weird because how do you talk about this? And yeah, I don't know.
Impossible.
Anyways,
Next situation.
yes,
Is it me who's going to read it? Oh,
yes,
sorry. So I found one
really
situation.
frazzled.
Yeah, I'm really frazzled here. Out here living my best life. So I found one. And I will read it in the first person. Like it's how it's written. So it's
Okay.
like okay. My 26-year-old grandson has never held a job. 3 years ago, he earned a master's degree. Despite his achievement, he engages in all night computer gaming, sleeps during the day, and lacks motivation to seek employment. His father is out of the picture, and his mother, my daughter, maintains him in every way. She loves him and seems hesitant to address the situation directly. While she works and manages the household, I occasionally assist, which I don't mind doing. However, I feel that my assistant inadvertently reinforces his destructive behavior. I would appreciate any suggestion on how to help this individual break free from his determined routine. So, what do you think?
So basically, the thing that he's doing is that just gaming and then
Yeah,
sleeping and
he's
no
26
life
years
goal,
old,
nothing.
no job. He has no job. He doesn't have, he's just living his life. Like, how would you, what is your opinion on it? Like, if you were a person who is not a direct family, he's not a mom, he is not a father as well, because the father is out of the picture, how would you try to like be, how would you try and steer the situation to a conclusion that would be good for all sides?
And he has the girlfriend, right?
I think no.
No. Okay.
She loves him and he's
Hmm.
hesitant. I think no, she doesn't. He doesn't have a girlfriend.
So who is the one asking for the advice?
The grandpa, the son,
Ah,
the
okay.
the grandpa.
Yeah, it's clear that I have issues of paying attention.
Yeah, it seems
Um,
me trying to be like the whole me listening to a whole essay, being like, yeah, okay.
yeah, honestly.
What would you
Because my
say?
attention span is like 1 second
For
and
one
that's it.
second, you're just like,
I'm
okay,
expired.
interesting.
Yeah, okay, so I understand the
Yeah.
situation. First of all, that should have been the parents' responsibility to not let this happen, that he becomes so addicted, and to also lead him in a way so that he has goals, he starts an education or finds a job or whatever, just to not fall into this rabbit hole of gaming and nothing else interests him.
Mm-hmm.
Besides that, it should be his own decision, to be honest, to stop. He should be the one realizing that this is really not bringing me anywhere. I have a friend who had this before, that
Okay.
he became so addicted that he had this lifestyle as well.
But is it an addiction, really? Do you think it's an addiction?
Yeah, it is.
Really? Okay.
Because if you sit down and game for hours and you don't care about anything
But
about your life,
okay.
then
It's an addiction. I don't know. Like I'm just asking. I don't know about the situation really. Okay, and what
I think it
happened?
is. It's the same as if you like into drinking and you cannot stop. And
Yeah,
um, with drinking as well, you need to realize at some point that, oh, this is not leading
but
you anywhere good.
how do you understand it? How would you, in the situation, like, you cannot really turn off the electricity, like, that is not the best part. How would your friend understand that he had a problem?
Well, I know that from one day to another, he realized that what the fuck is he doing with his life because he was already 28 or something,
Oh,
and realized that also started different educations before, different university courses, and
mm-hmm,
always failed because of this addiction. And he always was never wanted to be motivated to study, but like it was always gaming. And I think a lot depends on the people you are gaming with, because if
yeah.
that's your only friend group, then you don't want to separate yourself from them because
Oh,
that's
creates
your,
identity.
yeah, that's your social circle. So it's like
Mm-hmm,
you don't want to exclude yourself from that, being
yeah,
like from one day to another, then, oh, I'm not playing with you guys anymore, because then it's also kind of losing those people. But at the same
yeah,
time, those people also should support you that you are too addicted. So maybe you should change something.
yeah. I mean, but it
I
also,
think in this situation, grandpa should like talk with him, like sit down and actually talk that with questions that, do you think this is really good for you? Like, how would you imagine yourself after 5 years? Or, I don't know, find somehow different interest he has.
yeah, it's really difficult to, I think, say that, but it's also could be a question about because there's enough, no, like nobody in the picture. Like I guess like the fam, maybe the mom is working really hard. She has a lot of work to do. She doesn't have a lot of free time for him, and maybe he views his gaming as an attention as well. He maybe wants to seek attention, but I don't think
No,
so.
I think it's more like an escape.
He doesn't have anything else, I think he would say. I think that would be better said. Like, he doesn't have anything else going for him. He maybe hasn't been able to get a job. Maybe he has tried to get a job, but he has been all constantly rejected. And like his only form of when he only place where he's not rejected is when playing games. That could also be happening because I
Yeah.
have a cousin who, frankly, is going through the same position as well, where he has lost, he did lose like 7 years ago his father, but he hasn't finished his bachelor's degree. And frankly, the situation is a bit different because I think the mom is a bit really controlling. She like wants the kid to stay with her. So I think that's really I think but also going on that like maybe the mom wants the son to stay. Would you not like she maybe like enables him
Hmm.
because
But stay in a way that
no, she
he could
stays in
still
a
go.
house, he doesn't grow, he stays the same because mentally he's not really growing outside of his like an age, a different age. Like if he's maybe 18 still mentally, he's not 26 mentally.
Yeah, I think so. That happens a lot of cases that they
Yeah,
still kind of like teenagers mentally.
yeah,
They not realizing that they are closer to 30, and
yeah.
life goes on. Yeah, definitely. I see the point what you are saying, that it could be the mom kind of
And
also
it's not
doesn't
blame
want
to
him to
mom. It's just like
change.
it's not blame to mom if the father is out of the picture. She doesn't really. I think it's really hard for her to, I think, maybe accept that he's growing up or he is growing up, and maybe she's accept. Maybe she doesn't even know that she's doing it, enabling him. Because you never know with these kinds of situations, in my
Yeah, but I
opinion.
still think that doesn't matter if someone is a single parent or not. You should like motivate your child to
Yeah, to grow.
improve.
But also
Yeah.
like going back, like the cousin that I have, like he's like what 26, like he hasn't had a job in his life.
Oh
Like
my
so,
God.
yeah. So it's like how one time we talked about him in the family, like how if he doesn't get the job like this year or the year after, like he will not be able to get a new good job because most of the jobs you have to have really like good experience or like have
I
to.
mean, makes sense because who would hire someone who is
Yeah,
26 and says that I have zero work experience?
and please
Then
give
what
me a
did you
good
do,
job.
you know?
Yeah, and like it's also a lot of the times like these kinds of places, especially like train you to like be a certain way. So if you aren't, because like if we're being honest, these kinds of office places train you, the person, to become like develop yourself differently, to respond differently than you are in real life. And like people who were starting to work, like they are so different by the end. So like they can like miss out on these like skills that you train by like um doing it on your own.
Yeah, like personal and professional development at the same time,
Yeah,
it's really lacking. And
yeah,
yeah, I don't, I don't even know what would they include in their CV
yeah. But
if
okay.
there is no education,
Yeah, but no,
nothing.
he has master's degree. The person that we're talking about has master's
Oh,
degree. For the cousin
okay.
that I have doesn't have anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So like
Yeah, exactly. So, like, what is your cousin gonna write there? Like, there are just so many years without doing anything.
what we have in our family, the biggest fear is like, what if like something happens to the mom? She has two sons that both are kind of like the same. Like, would that happen? Like, it means that like all of the family will have to like take on the responsibility of them.
But how are they financially
Good question,
resolving the
question. Don't ask
situation?
me. Like the father died, and I think like for until you're 24 years old, the state pays you, the country Latvia pays you like his wage or his pension or something like that to the kids. So like that's I guess like you get like the mom gets more financial support, but still she's like you kind of like start to feel like you're not doing a lot. Like I don't know, like there's so hard, it's so hard to describe, but I feel like the grandpa should really think about com confronting his daughter in this way, because the first domino to fall will, the first thing the son will say is that I'm going to my mom. This is like, but I think the son could also like really be angry at the mom because like this will be a betrayal. He will say think that this is a betrayal.
But at the same time, he's over 18. He has the right to choose what he wants to do.
Yeah,
It
but
shouldn't be the mom from that point on pushing him for anything.
But the mom, I think, would be like, oh, he doesn't have a job. That's why. How could he afford? I think it should be more so like symbiotic at this point. She should maybe like try and get him to have a job. Like should go to job interviews because, especially like maybe not in a sector that she thinks like maybe he should start working at restaurant or
Mhm.
someplace like that. It really makes you work with people, see them every single day, like those kinds of jobs. Because if you see like a lot of introverted people who have been working, like have been like secluded in some ways or excluded, like they start working at like these kinds of places, like restaurants or anything where there are a lot of like people, and they themselves are made to like go outside of their comfort zone, then like
Yeah, I
they
agree.
they
That
grow,
really changed
quickly
their
grow.
comfort. Yeah.
Like I saw multiple people when I worked at McDonald's. Like there were many people who started working as like really introverted, and it's not that like all of them became like extroverted or like all of them. Some people quit as well, but like majority of people who like were working like that, they grew. They grew as people. They like developed. They made friends, or they could start a conversation easily with anyone.
Yeah, like if you want personal development, you need to push yourself and you need
Yeah,
to
or
really get
be.
out of your comfort
Yeah,
zone.
like that's why I think the grandparent should be like, I think talk to his, I think there should be one to one. I think all of them should meet and talk about it.
Yeah,
Talk about
agree.
like, but like I think it could also be like, oh, so embarrassing for the son. I think it's at this point like it should be the bandage should be ripped off. Love how like
I
this
think at
topic
that age, especially.
was like really like resonated with us. I chose this was like, oh, this is such an easy topic. This is such a clear cut answer. I was like, oh God, no, it's not.
No, but I think every problem can be like, approached
Yeah.
in different ways. But about comfort zone, actually, I always recommend to everyone that who is struggling with things like I don't know, like I don't dare to do that, or
Yeah.
I see that there is no personal development. I always like say that try to like move abroad alone,
Really?
spend some time, yeah, even if it's like a Erasmus
Mm-hmm.
semester or for a job or whatever, because then you really can only rely on yourself. So
Yeah.
you will be really out of your comfort zone regarding the most of the time the language is different, and
Yeah.
the people, the culture, the
Yeah.
place you are not familiar with, because a lot of people are not leaving their hometown, and it's like you can really feel that they are like stuck. And
Yeah.
my friends who moved abroad, who have been living in their hometown for many years, and then they moved abroad, they realized this, that, oh yeah, like I was so like living in a bubble before, basically.
Yeah.
And now it's like everything is so different.
Because you have to make friends and you have to be approachable. You have to learn everything for your own. Or if you want like start small, I think do some charity work, try to do an activity that you have never done as well could be thought. I think that those kinds of activities could also be like growing outside of your comfort zone because you can
Yeah,
nobody will
I
ever be
guess.
ready. Nobody will actually be ready for like doing something. The only way that you can start is to be scared.
And it's like everyone is scared
Yeah, like
about
when
every
I
new
went,
thing.
when it was an extra, I was in the beginning, I was like, should I maybe not go? I was thinking for a second, but I was like, oh, well, I agreed. Like I did it like to myself. And I was like, why did I do such a thing? And like, you never know, but it's also like, it was so, I think, fun. Like you put yourself out there, you cannot, you are alone, but it's also so much fun. You never know. So the kids should, so the son, 26-year-old, okay, we have to end this topic, but 26-year-old should, I think, in my opinion, just I think that the mom should encourage him to somehow move
Hmm.
past, like start hobby, maybe go. Like I think
Yes.
the first part is getting a job because that's like the hardest thing. That's gonna be the hardest part
And
to
that will
overcome.
take so much of his time out
Yeah,
of his days or routine. He won't be able to game that much anyways. So,
yeah. But I think the
but
hardest part will
I
be
had
to.
a classmate at university. He was a guy from the Netherlands,
Mm-hmm.
and he was quite smart when he like started university. He had so many good ideas and was really
Mm-hmm.
motivated to learn, but like he came to classes less and less. And then after a month of that we all didn't see him, we were started to ask the teachers like, what about this guy? Like, what is he doing? Like, did he went back to the Netherlands, or is he still with us, or what's happening? And turned out that he also became so addicted to gaming that he was playing so late until night, and then he couldn't wake up in the morning to come to uni classes.
Really?
Yeah, so I think he did the first exam like without going to classes. He just prepared in the end, but then he basically dropped out
Be because like
because
he
of that.
moved? Could that be because he left his like comfort zone? Like some people are not good with leaving their comfort zone. And I think that we should
Yeah,
also acknowledge that. But not everyone is good at under pressure. We should
yeah, that
also
is true. A lot of times it's like
they
making it
returned.
even
Yeah.
worse because they are looking for something that they can escape in. And with guys, it's a lot of times the gaming. But speaking of comfort zone, I have the second.
Oh my God, love how it
Um,
segues. You should go and like you know what you should do? Work in a TV show, a talk show, being the segue person. You should be like, so how can we make this into a segue? You would be like the perfect person. You should be like,
I would
speaking
also
of.
be really good at leading from a topic to an advertisement,
Oh yeah, you'd be like, so how do you feel? Good, and they'd be like, that would be an
and then
advertisement for
betterhelp.com.
betterhelp.com. Feeling good
Yeah,
and not feeling so good, being tired, and betterhelp.com. Funny
yeah.
situation. Okay, what is your second?
So I'm also gonna read it the way you did.
Okay,
A 22nd or 22-year-old male.
okay.
Life has been pretty busy. All my time goes on work and travel, and when I reach home, I don't have any desire, urge, or energy to do anything different. I'm not even aware of anything that makes me happy. And therefore, I want your suggestions. What has been the comfort zone of your life, and how did you manage to get out of it?
That's to me. Well, for me, comfort zone is was like I think moving apartments is one thing you could do. Just moving, changing your scenery, also one thing, and like going out of your comfort zone is like going outside of like fully. But also, I think comfort zone like should be maybe starts small with small steps. A person should like maybe start a language course, go to a language school,
I
and then like
support that. I think that's
because
a really great
yeah,
idea.
because your job's in, like everything is new. Like the people, of course, are like especially doing things alone and making yourself go is the first step, but also maybe makes plans that you cannot really say no to alone. Like apply to a language school, like and set a goal to yourself. It doesn't have to
Yeah,
be
I
good.
think, and with language, it's really easy to set a goal. Like you want to reach a level, or you
Yeah,
want to be able to speak, or
yeah,
language exam, or whatever. Language you can learn in so many different ways, like the listening part or
yeah,
reading, whatever. It's also maybe makes you realize that you also want to take on another hobby, like, for example,
yeah,
reading. If you enjoyed reading in the
yeah.
language you are learning, and then you start to read in your own language more, or listening to podcasts, or watching movies, or whatever.
Hmm. Well, wait a second, and that's like the first one that I could say, but also I think you should try a year of rejection or like some things that like you will not get, but you will get rejected. So like that's really easy, I think. Like starting, I think going to a library and asking if they have a book club or you can join something like like these kinds of things like just doing random things alone, just going somewhere and being like, well, can I try like making coffee for you guys? Like, can you teach me that? And it's like, no. And it's like, if you say no, it's like super easy. But I think if you don't find purpose in your life, I think it's really difficult to say like what is the underlying issue. I think if you're just working, I think try to separate yourself from the work self and your life self. Like you should maybe, even if you're just make plans. I think the one is the best was language school or join a class. Was it a man or a woman?
Yeah,
Oh, a
yeah.
man. Is there like I don't know, like it depends on like how it is with Latvia. Like I guess like these kind of classes, like sport classes or swimming classes exist as well. So maybe
Mhm.
try doing that. I think
I think the hardest part, which I also experience on myself, honestly, the doing
it's
things after work,
you
because
really
it's like,
oh because you
yeah,
have
because
to
your
exhausted.
brain is like, yeah,
But that's what I'm saying. Like doing something active could be like something so different. Could reset yourself. I think being exhausted mentally doesn't mean that you're exhausted physically. I think if you don't want to do anything or speak to anyone, you can go swimming. Because that's most of the times like you don't speak to people because you're underwater. But I think you should
unless you
maybe
hit someone.
yeah, you don't have to speak to anyone. Like that's how you get like energy. You change up the routine somehow, or I think the best way of maybe like charity work on the weekend or something like that could also be a good thing to experience, to try at least. You never know. The best people that you meet are the ones that do like are applying to charity work because you never know.
Because
But
everyone is there for the same purpose of also getting
yeah,
to know others,
they
and
don't get
also to get
paid.
out.
So
And,
like like when there are like
yeah,
people who are like, oh my God, I don't gonna get paid. It's like you are going to a charity event or something like you're purposefully not going to get paid. It's not like whoa, it's a shock to your system. But
you don't
one
have many expectations
yeah, you don't have
either.
expectations as well, like, oh, this is gonna be amazing. Like, you're working on a budget, like it's not gonna be amazing. It's not gonna be like 5 stars. It's good, but also I think finding purpose for one's life is really difficult to like say what is interest. Like if you nothing interests you, then maybe like start a TikTok account.
That's the solution for everything.
Do
There
you
was
have that?
actually,
Do you have a better one? Like doing something
um,
creative as well, like is something like these kinds of hobbies, like just making yourself
I mean, you really need to find what you are interested in and passionate about. you
Yeah, but
know.
that's I'm like maybe like he has to try many things.
But to push you, for example, it's really good courses to sign up or something that is like an appointment, so you cannot
Yeah.
miss it. You need to
And
go,
you're
you
paying
know.
for it. That's like even like I think a
Yeah.
stressor as well. If you're paying for it, then it's
Mhm.
like it double. It that makes you not miss it at all.
I think it's really easy to fall into this habit of not doing anything after work. So
Is that
because I
hard for you?
experienced that when I had years when I was really like planning things after work, like classes,
Mm-hmm.
language classes or like sport classes and these stuff.
Oh, you went sport
And
classes?
yeah, I used to go to Pilates
Oh,
for
Pilates,
more than
French,
a
so
year.
French. Pilates,
Pilates.
so French of you.
So even though I was tired, but
Mm-hmm.
I still, I had the time like, oh, I need to go and I paid for it and everything. So like I have to be there.
Yeah,
And even though I was like, no, I would rather like just take a nap or whatever, I needed to get out, and when you are there, it's easy because then you are kind of
you
already
have
there,
nothing
you're
else to do.
motivated.
Yeah, you have nothing else to do except do the thing.
Yeah.
But you
And when you
yourself
come back
agreed.
home, then it's also good because you are like, oh, I did something
Mm-hmm.
at least, so it's like satisfaction as well. There
And
was
do you?
someone who wrote
Okay.
that, I mean, as a reply to this, mm, the only thing that shifted it was sprinkling in tiny experiments like a quick walk
Yeah,
or signing up for something random. That's the same as you said. So the week didn't feel copy paste. You
yeah,
don't always think your way into a better routine. Sometimes you stumble into it by trying small stuff.
yeah. Because like language stuff, I didn't know like what I like. I'm learning Spanish as well. Well, not as quickly as you, Petra. Obviously. Um,
Obviously.
obviously, not even trying to learn that
Pero
quickly.
vamos.
Yeah. See. Uh-huh. But like, um, it was kind of like a quick decision as well. Like, it was like the last week of August. I was like randomly sitting in the office being like, oh my God, I have nothing to do. But like, I was like, oh my God, this is boring. Like, my life is so boring. Like, and I have to change something.
Mhm.
So I sat there and I was like thinking, what could I do? Literally, I was like sitting at my desk and was thinking, what could I do?
How did you ended up with learning Spanish then?
Well, first of all, I applied to the Spanish one. Everything was full in Spanish lessons, so I had to choose French for a semester. So I studied French for a semester and it was really fun. But then they had free spots for Spanish, and I chose the Spanish class because it was easier.
Hmm.
Spanish classes were a bit easier, but also it was, I think, time management wise, it was more to my taste because it was really hard. It started like the Spanish classes started at 8 versus the French lessons started at 7. So, and French classes were for 2 hours. So you were basically for 2 hours learning language, and like it was really difficult. Plus, also teachers changed. There were like one teacher that was in the first lesson, then the second teacher was at the second lesson. It was like really hard, like to know which teacher was which. Like it was easier to have one teacher for the whole
Yeah,
semester.
I agree. Because if there is two, they teach different ways, and
Yeah,
maybe it's not really compatible, the two with each other, and you are just like confused.
yeah. So
So,
that was kind of like it. And this year is about like I'm just like thinking I have to do something. I have to change things up. And I have been like maybe okay, people. Petra, at least people, listeners will. There are no listeners, zero listeners at this point. It's just you and me speaking, Petra. Maybe
well,
I'll try and do like call a squash place, like a place that trains you squash.
hmm,
I will try and call them this week.
that's a good
And
side quest.
yeah, that's like I want to learn how to do squash. I don't have the money for it, but I want to try like once a week something, that kind of an event.
I think that's an issue for a lot of people that it's not about that you don't have the motivation, you want to start new things, but it's like you look at the price and be like,
It's so
okay, that's a
expensive.
lot of extra.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like maybe voluntary work, like it's for free. The only thing that's like is expensive is your time.
yeah, it's more like the time. Do you have
Yeah.
any goal with Spanish right now?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, travel with you to Spain, Petra. That's the only thing, but you have not invited me. Interestingly. Still waiting on
Interesting.
it.
Yeah.
Interestingly, I'm still waiting for an invite
So if anyone wants to sponsor a trip for Edwards to go to Spain, then
with you. You're
please
just like, you
send
don't
an
want to go
email.
with me? You don't want to go with me, Petra?
No, no, it's not that.
Interesting. She said no. See, she doesn't want to go. Oh my God, why do you want to go with me, Petra? I'm
I don't
fun
know
on
if I would
trips.
survive you yapping so much.
I am fun on trips. I would have things planned, Petra.
Like what?
I would, like, it depends, like, how, but I would have, like, it depends on where in Spain. Like, if there was a city that was, like, near the beach, I would plan some events around the beach. What was it, like, a swimming, like, deep sea swimming, maybe, if it would be possible. I would have to look at it, or something
Do you
like that.
remember when we were looking at, or I was looking at it, and then I was sending it to you, the summer Spanish courses? It was in Barcelona, I think. It was saying the in the program that surfing and all that.
Yeah, we would be try. I would be like, I would make you surf. I would be like,
Oh my
so.
God, I don't know if I want that.
Well, you wouldn't
Oh
want
well,
that. It was like
out of
you
comfort
definitely
zone.
something
Yeah.
that you would have to need to do. See, small changes, Patch. Maybe you would be a surfing champion by the end. Like, we don't know.
Or get eaten by a shark.
Well, there are no sharks in
Um,
Spain, Petra. Get a grip.
Well, with this global warming, who knows what is
Yeah,
there?
but
Because here, for example, there are a lot of seals. They
yours.
also don't supposed to be here, or whales as
Oh,
well around
okay,
the coast, and they are kind of lost. It's really
okay.
sad. But
So I'm waiting on your
okay,
invite, Petra. Waiting on your invite.
yeah, yeah, I know.
I mean, you've been like, never. That's gonna
Mm.
happen, never. Um, but I
Okay,
think that's
do
gonna
you
be
have the
fun.
second?
Oh, for me, a second. What do you want? Which one do you want, Petra?
What can I choose from?
There's one about their life and one is about their friendship.
And then maybe friendship, because then I
Okay,
also have one connected to friendship as well.
okay. I think my friend is slowly taking advantage of me and I don't know how to handle it. Is the same for you as well? Or you have a different one?
No, I have a different one.
Okay, okay, I'll read it to full. He's been going through a rough time financially, and I've tried to be there for him. A few months ago, he said, "Money's just tight right now. I'll get you next time." After I paid for dinner, I said, "Don't worry about it," and I mended. But it kept happening. Last week, we went out again, and when the bill came, he just kind of looked at me and said, "Can you grab this? I'll send you my half." I said, "Yeah, it's fine." He hasn't sent it. When we were booking tickets for a flight, he said, "Can you just put it on your card and I'll pay you back Friday?" I said, "Sure." Friday came and went. No mention of it. It's not that I can't afford it. In fact, I even managed to get flights with a discount code from Checkmate, which is end to end since it was a short flight. Didn't end up costing that much. I budget, I'm careful with my spending. So when I see my spending creeping up because I don't want to make things awkward, it bothers me more than it probably should. The other day, I tried to bring it up. I said, "Hey, do you mind sending me for a ticket when you get a chance?" He said, "Yeah, I got you." Then changed the subject. What's making it hard is that conversations feel one-sided now. I'll say, "Work's been stressful lately," and they'll respond, "Yeah, I've been stressed too." And turns into another long story about him. I leave most hangouts feeling drained. I don't want to blow up a friendship over money, but I also don't know if he even sees us as friends anymore, or sees me as just someone he can use. How do I say? I want him to start paying his own half of things without it turning into a fight or making me look cheap. Your opinion, Petra?
Wow. Well,
Hey, I picked some good topics actually. I'm like, wow.
yeah. I think it's the typical friend. Well, I wouldn't even call it a friend because, yeah, it's just a friendship to take advantage. There's
Hmm.
nothing else. It's just about, um, promising always that, yeah, we give it back to you, yeah, we pay it, and you just need to pay now, and then I will transfer it to you later. And then, you can see it on them that they already don't say this seriously and they are never gonna give it back to you. And the thing is that when they are changing the topic, then it's really obvious. So I don't know how to get out of this situation. besides also ending the whole friendship? Or
Yeah,
yeah, because in case of, I don't know, going out to a restaurant or whatever, it's always gonna make you pay. So how you kind of differentiate that, no, I won't pay anything for you, but also keep the friendship.
I
And I
think
don't know.
I think as comments on Reddit said correctly, it's a parasocial relationship. Like he's a parasite for you, the
Yeah,
friend. I think this is the easiest
100%.
one to understand. Like I know it's hard to like say. It's like a lot of times, like I think friendships, especially abusive friendships, don't end because like the person is afraid that they will not be able to find anyone else, and that's like how why a lot of friendships seem to last, especially friendships that are not healthy. But I think in this situation, especially if you're having these sort of thoughts, there's no a way that the end commerce, especially around money, that is so like, um, such a like a topic that is really sensitive, will end not poorly. It will always end with someone's feelings getting hurt, and especially like you should not be, you should not pay. Next time you should be
It
like,
is.
no, you just stand up
It
for
is
yourself.
always yeah, but it is always the nice people get out badly from these situations. Like the one who doesn't want to pay it back will start to accuse the other one
Yeah,
that, oh, now what happened? Why did you change? You became so different,
listen
from
to
the
that.
point where she won't pay anymore.
But you should not listen to those kinds of people. Like, who cares? Because
Yeah,
that person
but it's
doesn't see you as a person.
I think it's a lot of times hard to realize that you are even in this situation, but in this case, that this person wrote for advice already realized it that this is not normal. So the only thing is to like end the friendship fully, and that parasite will probably look for another person who
Yeah,
will become so good friends with and also take advantage, and that will be it. Like these people always find the next one.
yeah. So you have the person who wrote this leave. Try to think of something like go to a restaurant and be like, you're paying for it. I think the person should be like, I'm not paying for it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Because like
Well,
this
I
is
don't think you can talk with the friend, the
You
one who
cannot
takes
ghost him.
advantage.
Do you think the person should ghost him? Like not
No.
answer him? I think he should ask point blankly, like, are you going to pay for this or no? Like, I think
Yeah, but these people are always the ones who turn the story in a different way, in a way that they come out good,
don't
you know?
listen to them. Then I think the person should not be listening. The person should just like be reasonable with themselves and be like open to like, I'm doing this for for myself. Like, this is my money. This is not your money. This is like, who cares that it's like, okay, it's a rough patch for you, but like, it's still my money. You're not suffering financially because of this. I am. So I
Mhm.
think they should have a not a long conversation, but a conversation about it. He should raise it up. Like he shouldn't be afraid to raise it up because he already feels the friendship is over. Even if he has a kernel of, I think, concern about around money, or like if he wants to raise it, it's he already in his mind is already thinking about like ending the friendship. Like not maybe like because of like reasons that are because of like evil or like he hates him, but it's more so self-preservation. He wants to maybe self-preserve himself as a human being.
It's a good step that he realized the situation, or
Yeah.
he was here, I don't know.
Hope you
Uh,
listen to this. Hope you're hearing this. These great advices. People imagine like they'll listen to and actually listen to our advice. That would be something. So write in the
that
comments
will,
you're listening to this and you're actually taking stock of this conversation.
and
Um,
also write to us in case
but yeah, we
you
have
have been in
plenty of
this
advice.
situation.
We have plenty of advice. So Petra, what is your next? Your third.
Yeah, as well as my last one.
Yeah.
So it's also about friendship.
Okay.
And actually, I also have a personal
Oh my
story to this,
God.
but I'm gonna read the whole thing.
Okay.
My best friend and I have been close for almost 4 years. A
Mm-hmm.
few months ago, I moved to another country, and ever since then, I have started noticing things that are a little off. She has always admired me, which I used to think that it was sweet. At first, it was small stuff like buying a lipstick in the same shade I wore, getting the same clothes, that kind of thing. It didn't bother me that much, but I could tell that she was not being herself 100% anymore and she was changing herself kind of into me. But over time, it's gotten more and more intense. She's basically adopted my style, the way I look, my personality. She's dating a guy who liked me first. She made my old best friend distance herself from me. Even small details like her bio being almost identical to mine, and this might sound silly, but she has two names, and her second name is the same as mine, and now she suddenly uses that one. The thing that really got to me was when I saw a picture of her the other day and genuinely thought it was me for a second. I have even had friends, they thought it was me, and now it's affecting me more than I expected. I feel like she's taking my essence away from me, and now I sometimes don't even know what to wear or how to act because it feels like my identity is shared. I never brought this up to her, not once. I'm scared of doing it, and I'm scared that it will make everything more awkward and even ruin the friendship. But at the same time, it's starting to bother me more and more. Part of me thinks I should slowly distance myself, but I don't have many close friends, so that's also hard.
That sound right?
Yes.
Okay. Get a haircut.
Get a
Change hair.
haircut. Oh my god.
First step, change hair. What? That's how you
What
distance
if
yourself.
what if she copies that as well?
Don't show it. She's abroad. Don't make share a photo for some time. Be reasonable with yourself. I think don't do it. She's abroad, so get a haircut. I would say not something dramatic, but like cut your hair like short, pixie haircut, whatever. Like that's how like you. This is the first step. Like you got your new identity because you're distancing yourself from the friend immediately. You're like in your mind even like you're thinking, oh, this is I'm someone new. You don't post it on social media anything, and then you I think have a call with her and like maybe ask the question like even if she denies it I think you should be like okay cool or maybe you don't even address the issue. That could be also a thing like you just are the bigger person, you just grow, you develop. I think go and try yoga, pilates, something different.
They will copy that as well. It's
You don't
not gonna
show it on
stop.
social media then for a bit of time. You don't show it.
Yeah, I mean, I understand in this situation it could be that if you don't post these things, but at the same time, then you limit yourself just because of another person who is like a psycho copying you, you know?
But you're
Like I should
abroad.
hold myself back from posting anything what I do or what I would
Unfollow,
like to
unfollow
post.
them. Block the person. Unfollow them.
Yeah, but
Block.
blocking that also means that if you block them, then it's like end of the friendship, you know?
Excuse me, Petra. The person is stealing your identity. I think the friendship is over.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I would
Consciously or
give the same
unconsciously.
advice that just like stop being friends with her
Yeah. Or
because
just, I think
this
the
is just
first
gonna
step
get
is
worse.
like try to separate yourself from her visually or something like that. You cannot really change your name. That's not really great because not giving in. But I think the distance psychologically and from the friend is the most important thing, and that's the hardest thing. I think as a person is living abroad, I think it's for easier for them. I think to like distance themselves if they were living in the hometown would be harder, but they should. I
I
think
agree. Yeah.
you are the bigger person. You maybe should I think in some ways even at the back of your mind you should be like proud you have made the person jealous. Like you are living such a good life then. But not show it on social media or have some time, a month or so before you show it and see
But
then.
this is a friendship. Maybe they are not copying each other, or well, this girl is not copying her because of social media, but because they are talking, and then in a general friendship conversation, you also share photos or whatever, or FaceTime, or I don't know.
But
Maybe
like
it's not
how
about social media.
do you think she FaceTimes with her so much?
I don't know, but I know that I wouldn't call this person a friend because it's
Yeah.
just a copycat. Like nothing. Like if someone wants to be you so much, then either she's so envy of you, so jealous of your life, or has some kind of mental problems. or just wants to make you be mad or
Yeah, she
annoyed.
wants a reaction. Don't give her. You should not give the friend a reaction.
Maybe also wants attention from
Yeah,
others
but
because
you.
as she said that the other friends also commented that, oh, she looks like you.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, get her a haircut.
Yeah, but if you don't want that, then. But actually, there is someone who recommended use AI to make a photo of you with something like a new
Oh,
super short
that's a
haircut.
good one. That's a good
Send it
one.
to her and ask what do you think of this look.
Yeah,
And then when she copies it, um,
you know for certain that she did that. Or like lead her on that being like, oh, I don't want to have FaceTime. I don't want to FaceTime you today or for a bit.
yeah, I mean, definitely in this case, it's not good if you tell that person that why are you copying me because then they are gonna take it as an offense.
Yeah,
It's not gonna work. But at the same time, you don't want to be friends with someone like this. And I had similar situation,
people want to steal your style, Petra. Excuse me.
not my style and not my look, but the things that I was doing
Oh,
or yeah. So there was a girl who started at my workplace in the same office and she has the same name as me. She is
hmm.
also from Hungary and she was really trying to copy me in everything. First, taking all the friends that I was talking with, all the colleagues that I was getting along with, she really like got them on her side and started to say things to them like rumors and stuff while at the same time like she was writing messages to me kind of generating argument between the two of us. So we end up not talking, and I was so confused why she attacked me with so many things which I didn't do. And she like kind of made this tension between us that I was avoiding her, but at the same time she like managed to get everyone from my side to
Hmm.
her side. And that's why I also didn't go anymore to events with them because, like, she was like a backstabber. Like,
Hmm.
why would I want to be in that group? And the rest of the people also didn't understand why I didn't go anymore, but I never really told them that it was because of this girl. And then after she got to know that I started a university, she started the same program so we had also classes together. So she was also copying in that. And she was like also involving in company things. Like she was stalking my Instagram so much, like
How do you
Instagram
know?
stories,
Oh,
because after I posted a story, like after within a minute, she was always the one who saw it the first.
hmm.
And when I went somewhere, then suddenly she also went there. Um, a lot of things that I now don't remember, all of them, luckily.
Okay.
But it's like it was so annoying
But do you think
that
she
it
was
was.
jealous of you?
I think so, yeah, in some sense, at least in within the company, yeah, because she knew that I'm in a better position than her and I'm earning more than her, and
Hmm.
already at that point she was like. And in previous work experience, I also had a better job, a better internship than she had because we did the same university, and after
Hmm.
that she went to another company. I think yeah, because why would someone starts to copy? What is the reason?
Well, maybe they want just your success. I think a lot of times that's why the question was like it felt like she was jealous of you in some way. Like she
And
wanted the.
also after that I got to know that they had a lot of problems with her boyfriend, and she
Hmm.
also didn't like that I was quite happy in a relationship. So
She ended
that
that
was
one.
also yeah.
No, I think she was a bit jealous of you. I think unconsciously or unconsciously. You never know. Sometimes people do it unconsciously as well. She could have been like, oh,
Yeah.
this is a good idea. She was like, she wasn't thinking really, oh, this is unconsciously. She was maybe like, oh, this is a good plan, like, good idea, like, a fun thing to do. That's why, like,
Uh, yeah, but when there are a lot of things together matching, then
yeah.
it shows that it's copying. If it would have only been about starting the same university, I wouldn't call it copying because everyone can do that. But there was also so many other things. Um, so yeah, I think definitely in this way the solution is to end that. Yeah.
distance yourself from the
Yeah.
relationship quickly. Well, I guess like this is my third one, I guess, yeah? We move.
Yeah.
Okay, the last one is I think we're gonna think use it's gonna be we're gonna reuse our nachos, but again, I know that I hate my life is the title of this. Don't really know how to start this, but I feel like I'm drowning in my own head. When I try to sleep, my brain won't shut up. The same song replays over and over. I replay every embarrassing thing I've ever done. Then I spiral into something about my entire life. I chose my major because I thought that's what the money is at. Not because I love it, not because it's my passion, just because I wanted stability. No, I don't even know if I care about it at all. I have no motivation to do anything. I don't want to work. I don't want to go to school, but I have to. I need to succeed because that's what's expected of me. That's what everyone assumes I'll do. And I feel like if I don't, I'll disappoint everyone and end up stuck. I'm terrified of being stuck. I see coworkers who have been in retail for 20 plus years, and I'm scared that's going to be me. I'm scared I'm going to wake up one day and realize nothing changed and I never left. I want to move out. I want my own life. I want independence. I want a relationship. But at the same time, I hate the idea of being in a relationship. I feel so bad and lonely, but I also push people away. I don't feel like I have any goals. I don't feel like I have any talents. I just feel empty and tired. I used to daydream a lot to escape how I was feeling. It was the only thing that made me feel okay. But now it feels like my daydreams are taking over my mind and I can't control it. I can't sleep because my brain just keeps going. I'm so drained, I don't even have the energy to fully explain what I'm feeling. I just know I'm sad and lonely and I hate my life right now. So, Petra,
Oh my God.
a lot to take in.
Um,
Is that sounding somewhat familiar, Petra, to you?
yes, it does. It like, how is the saying? Hit too close to home or
Yeah,
whatever.
it was he hit too close to home. The person that what is the name? Upper Air 3391 hit too close to your life.
Yeah, I could totally relate. So it's a bit hard to give advice. I would say you cannot have this way of thinking that, oh, everything is gonna go badly, so negative, pessimistic about everything. I don't have talent. I don't have anything.
Yeah,
This is not really bringing you anywhere. You can always change your life. You can always make decisions. It doesn't matter what you studied. You can always study something
change.
different or
Yeah,
change sector or whatever.
I want to
Yeah, and
say
it's same things as we talked about before. Like step
yeah.
out of your comfort zone, do something else, try a hobby, a course, get to know people.
Yeah, but also I want to say that like an education is not the if you end something in an education, like if you get like a business degree, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to start a business. That you have to dedicate your whole life working in businesses or like have to always make a business of your own. Um, a lot of the times, I think the most successful people who are in their life are not the ones that started, are like fluid. Like they can pivot. Like, don't really think of the career path, especially in today's time, as like you have to do this in a certain amount of time. I think you should be taking risks. And even if you are, like, especially if we're talking about like majors, I think today, like a lot of majors, maybe not will not be really worthwhile or will not be able needed in the future or will be discredited easily. So I think you should be, I think, looking at yourself like, how can I grow? It's mentioned that they work in retail. Not like it's not the
Mhm.
best option, but like maybe like they should, I think, through some kind of thing because they can maybe become a manager or something. Like they can do something outside. Like they can do maybe some kind of like things in the retail world. Nobody has said like that like this job that you're doing right now maybe can it's not going to be the job that you're doing in maybe 20 years, but like maybe it could be one of the stepping stones that has introduces you to new people.
And who knows, maybe those new people will
Yeah,
bring
unlock
you
use.
more opportunities.
I think the first step I would be like go to a library and pick a book, any book. Go to stand. Oh, I think one could be like go if you're in the US or in the UK or in English speaking country, you go to a bookshelf that is just Danielle Steel novels, and you look at the back and which cover, which Danielle Steel like photo you like the most, you choose that book. It's just like random. That is like
Hmm.
how you yourself how are like putting yourself in it
It's
because you're
really a
changing.
life advice. You should be a coach,
Yeah,
life
I
coach.
should be a coach. I'm terrible at taking my own advice. I'm like, but you know what? I am really good at taking it.
All of
Uh,
us are really good at that. Just
y-
saying the advice and not
yeah, but
taking
I
it.
feel like if you are feeling that way, you should, I think, start, as we mentioned, start language maybe. Go and do stuff that is actually face to face with people. Not do online courses, which aren't great, especially if like if you are in some situations, but like try to seek out things where you have to see people eye to eye. That is,
Hmm.
I think, really I think it's a motivator as well because you see people and you're just like, oh, I have to grow with them. And you
And
are,
maybe you discover your talent that way.
yeah,
Also, your education doesn't define your whole career
yeah.
life because there are so many people who are not even working in the sector that they studied.
But also, I think be fluid, be able to like, I think pivot. You never know. Or I think you should just like try hobbies, like weird hobbies for like not like for years, for a month, or like just go once. Pottery class, painting class, like these kinds of
Or
things only
even if
once.
you don't want to go, you can also try these things at home if you
Oh,
feel more
right. Oh,
comfortable of
yeah.
spending not that much money. But, I don't know. There are a lot of videos on YouTube about drawing
Yeah.
something like tutorials. Maybe try to copy that or,
You're in
um,
university, but I think the person is in your university, so like they should be easy. It should be easier for them to like grow and try things because like, a lot of universities are like workshops.
yeah, that's right.
So I think you should just do that. So just try once, and you never know where the road will go.
Yes. And maybe you will like it so much that that actually becomes your passion,
Yeah.
something that you realize you're interested in more.
Yeah, and do things alone. I think a lot of people, but I think a lot of people, even myself included, are I think held back by the fact that you have to do things in a group or you have one person to help you do that.
A lot of people are waiting for their friends to join
Yeah,
something.
because I will always remember we went to a Spanish, like once the Spanish class ended the semester and we went to a bar. One person said like her daughter wanted to start studying Korean, but her friends did not want to go. So she made her dad join to study Korean
Hmm.
because she felt that she couldn't do it alone.
I think it's definitely like
Because you're feeling
mm,
left out, you're just like, oh, I cannot feel any starting conversation. You never know that. Person never knows anything. If you're alone, I think you have a greater chance of starting conversations because you are setting the tone of yourself.
yeah,
And you
you
can, I
don't
think,
and
adapt.
people are not gonna talk with someone who are already in a pair or in a
Yeah.
group.
So you can, I think, change yourself, adapt. I think you can change yourself, like how you are perceived, especially like that.
I agree because you just need to take the first step. I feel like you need to find an activity which you are more or less comfortable of doing as the first time
Yeah.
to do it alone. Maybe something that you did before with friends, but now you take the step of doing it alone. It could be smaller things like going to the cinema alone
Yeah.
or going to eat out alone to a restaurant
Okay, that's
or
too
like
much,
bigger
Petra.
things to go on a solo trip after a while.
Yeah.
And then
But
you learn a lot, and then you are gonna be way less afraid of
yeah.
trying new things alone. And you shouldn't wait for other people to join you because
Yeah.
then you are holding yourself back. Why would you hold yourself back waiting for your friends to say yes finally when you could just
Have
start
already done
something?
it. Yeah, also, maybe the first thing you should do is like write a letter to someone randomly. It's like I always want like I think that's a good thing, like the first step. You just say everything that you feel in that letter, you send it, and you never know what will happen. Like who cares about their opinion? Like because you have
What
to
to
set it
who, for
off
example?
to whatever because there are like programs and like if you look there's like one called like about like something like called about like letters to someone people random people you can send it to postcards with postcards and you could just send to and like just like say all of your thoughts and opinions and like then forget about it.
Hmm.
You don't have to like oh my god you just say it and then you like move on but you have I think you have done the smallest step that you can. And if it's super, because like Clara, it's not really that difficult. But you have put it on your on the page that you are feeling like this way, and you have a hard time
Hmm.
for like these kinds of steps. That's the smallest step. But having doing activities alone is hard. Yes, it is hard. I can admit that. But it's also I think the hardest part is because like I think starting it. Don't you know?
Yeah,
Don't you think that?
that's why I said that start small, do
Yeah.
one thing, and then you will realize that you actually enjoyed it, even though you did it alone.
Yeah.
And that will encourage you to go and do more things.
Alone. Like
And
I think you also speak a lot, learn a bit more about yourself, and also meet new people. That's
yeah,
like
it's easier to meet new people when you are alone. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so guys, go and do things and don't wait for others.
Write an email. Yeah, and if you have any suggestion, do you
And it's
want
in the description as well.
yeah, if you want to speak a topic that you want to raise, or you have some advice that we could give you to you, like we're not a specialist, but try and like put our own spin to your advice. Like you never know. We could be like maybe we could change your life. We never know. Then we could travel to your country or whatever and be like, hey, do you want to meet
And we can
us?
have a meetup.
Yeah. And be like, hey, how's it going?
Yes. Yeah, so guys, send your stories to
The
the email
email
address we have in the description. And yeah, just write a comment about anything you want to.
for us to talk about.
Wha- Yes, that's what I wanted to say.
It was a long time. A long pregnant pause happened in between. So I
Yeah.
guess this is a goodbye for now for us. So see you next time,
See
whenever
you in
that
the next
is.
episode.
Yeah, see you next time.
Thank you for listening.
And
Bye.
subscribe and like.
Yes.
Goodbye.